The best thing I can say to people is, listen, 2032, 2034, that is not long away, 10 years. This asset class is going to go from 2 trillion to 100 trillion, right? That is a huge return. When I first bought Bitcoin I wrote the first ever Bitcoin strategy piece and made a price prediction based on what I understood about Bitcoin back in 2013, 12. It was the first ever piece written by anybody. And I said, listen, I think it's worth $1 million. And it was trading at $200. And I had some basic maths, but same kind of idea, using trends and everything else. And I said, I'm assuming I'm wrong by 90%. It's still worth 100 grand, and it's currently $200. It's the best trade you'll ever do in your entire life. And that proved out to be true. And I'm 50% wrong. It's a $50 trillion asset class. You get to $1 million Bitcoin. Ish, right? Mm. And assuming whether it's that dominant or less dominant and what happens to it, but you can see the magnitude of the returns. So that's a 15x return in Bitcoin.
Raoul Pal, CEO of Real Vision, expressed optimism about the future of cryptocurrencies in the financial sector. The renowned financial expert predicted that the cryptocurrency industry would experience massive adoption rates, even surpassing that of the internet. He revealed that when calculating the adoption rate of cryptocurrencies relative to the internet, one must take into account the number of wallet addresses and IP addresses, respectively. Around 550 million people use cryptocurrency. However, Paul disagrees, calling this estimate a median curve, and clarifying that the figure should represent active wallet addresses rather than cryptocurrency users. Looking at the numerous use cases of cryptocurrencies, Paul suggested that the entire financial system would eventually move to tokenized rails. However, this adoption process will take time as the cryptocurrency industry evolves and becomes more secure. Paul predicted that cryptocurrency adoption could reach 1 billion users by the end of 2025. Furthermore, Paul predicts that the overall market cap of the industry will reach $12 trillion during the bull cycle and $100 trillion by the end of cycle 3032. He suggested that the cryptocurrency adoption rate was an indicator of the rise of a digital asset. Using Solana as a benchmark, Paul revealed that the cryptocurrency saw exponential gains to hit new all-time highs during the previous cryptocurrency bull run in 2021. This unexpected surge is attributed to the rapid growth of Solana adoption by investors and users in the crypto space. According to Paul, Solana and Bitcoin will make you a millionaire in the next 10 years. Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now let's get back to Raoul Pal's view on Solana and the overall crypto market.
Now, some of the coins in that space will do a multiple of that. That simple thesis is why I built XPAM, the asset management company, Exponential Age, was just to capture this trend, to unfortunately it's only for high net worth investors and institutional investors, but just let them go on that journey, get the hedge funds to take the risk and figure it out and do that. But if people just do that, give me 10 years, just give me 10 years. And if you do it 10 years and you're sensible, you'll be able to take a whole chunk of money out every few years because it's quite cyclical. It moves maybe every 4 years. And so you can take a chunk out, cash it in the lifestyle bank, and keep moving towards that goal. This is my 30 years of expertise, is this one thing, which is asset allocation. So firstly, the average person watching this is you need to allocate to this. End of story. If you're going to start somewhere, start with Bitcoin. It's just easy to do. It's widely available, through different, whether it's a credit card, anything, just do that. I don't care. Do that. And do it with as much money as you can afford to see go down 60, 70% and don't care. And expect that to happen, because that's what you have to see the long-term 150% a year. It's included within that is these downsides. Then I want you to put in some money every month, regardless of price, to build your savings in this exponential asset that goes up a lot.
Despite the market's strong performance, Paul advises caution. According to him, the market is struggling to gain confidence in a sustainable uptrend due to repeated margin breaks in recent months. The expert investor sees the current gains as a good reason to invest cautiously and not take excessive risks. He says investors should be careful not to use leverage or make impulsive moves, as this could lead to major losses in a volatile market. He also says investors should prepare for market declines of 30% or more, especially when optimism is high. The past 8 months have been good for wealth creation, according to Paul, and investors should avoid unnecessary risks that could undo recent progress. Paul laid out a $1 million Bitcoin price projection based on the growth of digital asset wallets. Suppose the price goes from 175% per year, as it has since year 8, to 43% per year, which is what the internet did starting in year 8. The cryptocurrency will reach 1 billion people by the end of next year with 1 billion active wallets, and it will reach 4 billion by 2030. With 4 billion wallets, the price will definitely be $1 million. Paul said that cryptocurrency is going twice as fast as the internet in terms of adoption. Therefore, this is the fastest adoption of any technology in any asset class in the world has ever seen. Bitcoin is trading around $85,000 on Monday after hitting all new-time high of $85,000 today and extending last week's 17% rally. Optimism in the cryptocurrency markets is widespread following crypto-friendly candidate Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. presidential election. While the long-term outlook for Bitcoin and other altcoins looks positive, chances of a short-term correction are also increasing after 7 consecutive daily sessions of gains. The rally was further fueled by over $1.6 billion in inflow into U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and an interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve. Moreover, historically, the data suggests a continuation of the current rally as Bitcoin has traditionally generated strong returns in November. From a technical perspective, while the weekly chart suggests a continuation of the bullish rally, the daily chart indicates a short-term pullback. Bitcoin surged by nearly 17% last week, hitting a new high of $81,500 on Sunday. The surge was largely fueled by Donald Trump's decisive victory in the U.S. presidential election. His pro-Bitcoin stance and proposed policies such as removing taxes on Bitcoin transactions and creating a strategic reserve have sparked bullish sentiment within the crypto community. Historically, cryptocurrencies have responded positively to low interest rate environments because lower borrowing cost increases investors' purchasing power, encouraging them to invest in risky assets like Bitcoin instead of holding funds in banks for higher returns. On November 10th, Bitcoin hit a high of $81,100, much to the delight of its followers who are thrilled to see it reach new heights. This price surge unleashed a storm of predictions and estimates that flooded social media, forums, and media outlets. With numbers flying left and right, some are even considering cashing out their profits at this stage. As Bitcoin price predictions continue to pour in, excitement within the crypto community is reaching new heights. These predictions, ranging from solid analysis to outright optimism, highlight the wide range of perspectives influencing the digital assets outlook. For now, Bitcoin's upward trajectory suggests the possibility of major valuation milestones that could reshape market sentiment as we head into 2025. While some analysts favor more modest gains, others predict a potentially explosive end to the year, fueling the heated debate over Bitcoin's direction. Whether it hits new highs or faces adjustments, the community's shared anticipation is palpable, with enthusiasts following every move, eager to see where Bitcoin's journey takes it in the remaining days of the year.